Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Kaitenjo here, and today I'll be working on EXORSISTER's deck profile. So before we start, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And without any further ado, let's get started. So this is my first deck list out of 3 deck lists, but I'll sum them up in one video. So this is like the first version I imagined it. So 9 hand traps with 1 Upstart Goblin, which makes the deck a 39 card deck lists, and 3 tactical talents, Monster Reborn, 2 Ditrinium, which is a free summon. You can just special summon this card once per turn this way, and this is the exact reason why I play only 2. And there is this card, Ran Ryu, which is not even once per turn. You can only have one of this card on the field, like that's it. If you exceed summon using one, you can still summon the other one, which is kind of funny. But yeah, man, only 2. Then Ties of the Brethren. So lots of people play this card as 3. I do not believe that's correct. Like once you summon your 2 monsters, yeah, what? Sorry, I thought somebody knocked the door. One sec. Okay, yeah, whatever, my bad. Okay, so as I was saying, like 3 titles of Brethren, not ideal. Plus the third one, I mean the second one doesn't even come up as much, so you know something, I'm already thinking of cutting this card, but this card is kinda too good since the deck can't play that well during its own turn without its exceed monsters. So yeah, only 2. Don't worry, this is like the first deck list or the first thing I did with no Wi-Fi, with my mobile data and my phone only. So yeah, this is just a deck list that I made on my phone using Wikipedia. So don't think that this is a deck list that you came for. So 2 Sophia, 3 Stella, 2 Ilani, and 3 Elsie or Elise. I do not know how to pronounce that. I know it's French, but it's like Jean or John kind of thing, you know. So only 2 Sophia and 2 Ilani because of EXORSISTER packs. If this card did not come out, I would play Sophia at 3 and this one will stay at 2. It's like the worst one out of all of these, but it's kinda sad that her artwork is just chef kiss, man, which is kinda sad. But so going to the spell cards, we have 3 EXORSISTER's Amento, which is very good. This card deserves the golden medal. Wink wink. Then EXORSISTER packs. You know, I have my issues with EXORSISTER packs because it's just a quick play spell card that adds 1 EXORSISTER monster card from your deck to your hand, or summon an EXORSISTER monster with her sister's name in the field or in the graveyard. I don't think that's the correct way to put it, but you get what I'm saying. So if this card was like a field spell that does more than it does right now, this card should be broken. Okay, moving on, we have EXORSISTER's Carpe de Bell. Yes, I just said it. So only 1. I rather search it with McKelsey instead of hard drawing it because I really do not want to see this card out of my search because yeah, I want to get this card when I want it, and what if I need more? It's kind of hard to put it, but just play this card at 1. This card does not deserve to be a 2 if you do not want to hard write or see it in your hand. You just want to search it when you have to search it, when you do not have, when you already have, you know, all the goodies. Then the EXORSISTER Valis, which is the best card in the deck, man. What can I say? Summon 2 EXORSISTER monster from your deck, which you can actually chain it if your opponent is going to make a card leave one of the graveyards by a card effect, which is not a cost. It does not work if it is a cost, but yeah, it still works. So 3 of that, then 1 Gibran, 2 Yusufel. 1 Gibran is just enough. Do not, you know something, I'm not gonna even say it because no, some people are even considering cutting it. 2 Yusufel, 2 Kaspatel, sorry, 3 McKelsey. This card is like the best one out of these. Then the second best one is obviously this one, then the third one, then the Gibran, because I don't know. Okay, so the Yusufel here is an Abyss Dweller. The Kaspatel here is, you mostly use this card to search for the LC and summon another McKelsey, search the Vadis using McKelsey, then overlay these two into Utopic Features and to the Utopic Creature Dragon. So moving on, we have Speak of the Devil, Utopic Future Dragon, and his brothers. The Utopia package, which I do not agree if you are playing the Utopia double package. I do not agree with it. It's just it. I mean, if you want, cut this one, then play it, but I feel like this is a better way to put it so that you won't have any bricks in your deck. Like this deck doesn't have like 0 bricks except the second copy of Ties of the Brethren, but we're not gonna talk about it. Then you have this one. The Drill Driver is not a card that you want it for effect or for its attack points. It's a card that you overlay Zeus on top, different from the turn you summoned it. That's like the only thing. It's just an extra overlay unit for Zeus, because if you summon like one of these during your opponent's turn, while you have only one Exorsister monster as a material, and during your own turn, main phase 1, detach, search something, then summon this and this, and you know, to just kill your opponents right there. So this is like the first deck list. Don't put too much thought into it because I have a better one. So this is the second version I made, which is Exorsister Traps. So this deck have massive blowout trap cards, floodgates, counters, floodgates, because Yusufel and Kaspatel are already floodgates, which is very nice, to be honest. This deck is way better than the first version you saw. This time I will just cut the Titanium and, you know, a few cards, then just stick in some trap cards, cut the Nibiru, and yeah, this is the final product. So if you think that this deck is kind of expensive because of Ash Dragon's Prison, Dragon Punishment, Solomon Strike, just go with the third version or the first version that you just saw. Then older entity enters, 1 Zeus, and the Utopia package for OTKs, because this deck's attack points are really low. I don't think that this deck can actually kill your opponent with brute force, because that's the exact thing that this deck does not possess. I have no idea why I have a Abyss Dweller in my ideas section. Then you have Time Free Doer, which is a card to consider by playing the Phantom Knights, the Shade Burgundian trap card, because this is a trap version and you can play the Time Free Doer. So you can consider doing that. And I completely forgot about talking about Blizzard Princess. This card is not against trap decks. Trap decks just lose to this card automatically. Like, there's no way that they are going to beat Blizzard Princess. So what this card says is you can tribute summon this card in face-up attack position by tributing 1 spellcaster type monster. Spellcasters. Then where is it now? Okay, there. Then after this card was normal summoned, your opponent cannot activate a spell or traps for the rest of that turn. This card does not activate. This card is a living Kali Yuga, but as a main deck monster, and a level 8 monster, which just like breaks every back row deck, which is very fantastic to be honest. So yeah, Blizzard Princess against back row decks, they're dead. Plus in a spellcaster deck, so one time T3 Doer, Tornado Dragon, you might consider it. Spellbook of Knowledge is a card that you should not go to. Again, this is not a proper side deck, this is just like an idea section for you. Spellbook of Knowledge, do not play it. Worthless, trash, garbage. There. Then you have Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Again, Spellcasters. If you do not want to go to the Xyz, or you're against a deck that does not need to move any card from the GY, just side in Secret Village of the Spellcasters and bam, your opponent cannot activate their spell cards anymore. Then going second, it evenly matched. The best one out there, doesn't destroy, doesn't target, just banish it face down. So yeah, that is it for deck list number 2. Let's go to the third and final one, which I believe is the best one. So 3 Nibiru, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Infinite Impermanence, which is 9 hand traps. Then we have the EXORSISTER package, 3 LCs, 3 Stella, 3 Sophia, 2 Sophia and 2 Ilani. And of course the 3 EXORSISTER packs, the EXORSISTER Vadis, Samento, of course, 3F. You can actually play Pot of Desires, but you know that me and Pot of Desires have arguments, so yeah. Then you have an engine bound to it, which is the Majesty's engine, which is this engine just puts a lot to EXORSISTERs. It's a level 4 spellcaster engine, which is very fantastic. And yeah, this engine is just fantastic. This one searches 1 Majesty's spell and trap, specifically these 2, so the Trice Majestus, and you know what this card name is. I'm not gonna say it, but you know it. So yeah, the Majestus package, this Majestus Flame Zoroa is just nuts in EXORSISTERs. Imagine how good this card is in its own archetype. Like, this card says target 1 Majestus monster you control, equip it with 1 Majestus monster from your extra deck, so specifically the Majestus Moon Maiden. Yes, Artemis the Majestus Moon Maiden. Then when this card gets equipped by a Majestus monster, it can special summon 1 level 4 spellcaster monster from your hand or GY in defense position. Any synergy, you got that. So then there's the Artemis's effect, which can just activate and search for 1 Majestus monster from your deck to your hand, which you'll mostly be searching Majestus Crowley. Then we have the Majestus spell cards, which is a Tris Majestus. Oh my god, why do I say Megatus? Okay, so this card says during your main phase you can special summon 1 level 4 spellcaster monster from your hand, so again level 4 spellcasters. And the second effect is just a special summon any number of Majestus monsters with different names from your hand. So if you have multiples of Majestus monsters in your hand, just special summon all of them, Xyz, and kill your opponent. Then the EXORSISTER cards, 1 monster reborn in 2 Trice of the Brethren. By the way, you can't target the very Kendrilian. Yes, you can't target the Kendrilian. Don't kill me, please. And you can summon 2 EXORSISTER monsters because she's light, she's level 4, and she's a spellcaster. The sad part is you have to pay 2000 and you cannot go to the battle phase for the rest of the turn, but it's all good in the hood if you are going first and activating Trice of the Brethren. So if you are in game 2 or in game 3 and you know that you're not going to go first, cut this card for any card in the extra deck, I mean in the side deck, because that is a correct way to put it. Then you have Zoroa, the Majestus Diamond. This card, you might argue, how useful is this card? Well, again, if you did not watch the combo and testing video for Exorcisters, go there and check it out, because there's a lot of helpful tips and testings, I guess, for you to see. So go check that out. And in one of my problems, I needed to equip the Riliona because I was against a freaking Zeus, and my hand was Candrillion, Exorsister Stella, and Elsie. Like, how are you going to play through a freaking Zeus with just that, right? And wait, no, I think I had the Zoroa too, and I believe that the Zoroa is the one who saved me, but still, I mean, you get the point. This card is just good if you have no, like, if you are in against an Xyz deck, just equip the Riliona to the Zoroa, and Xyz monsters cannot even activate their effects, or Link monsters, because you can banish one of the Majestus monsters in your GY and equip the Artemis if it is in the graveyard to your Zoroa, and your opponent cannot activate Links and Xyzes like entirely. I did that, I think, was it? Huh. Oh yeah, it was Prankets. Yes, it's in the, again, just go check my Exorsister testing video out, because it's really helpful. Against Prankets, like, I completely killed them. So yeah, this deck is fire. And notice how I do not play the Utopia package, because I have no space, but the Utopic Future Dragon package is just way too good, man. If you have like 4 extenders in the beginning of the duel, which is not really that hard, like, so you can just summon this, search this, equip this, then summon the Crowley by discarding by sending one spellcaster from your field or hand to the GUI, then just make a Mikelsi, search the Vadis, make a Caspatel, search for any Exorsister monster, then Xyz summon these two into a negate. So now you have a Vadis and you have an Exorsister monster in your hand for next turn follow-up, which is very neat. So the Utopia Future package, if you have access to this package, you should go for it. If not, just go for the Utopia package. So yeah, I think that's about it. So this is like my official side deck, but not that official. I'm gonna change some stuff, but these are just like the main cards that you get the hell out of my face. God, now you have 3 more extra deck slots for basically any card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Please make it useful cards. So yeah, you have even the package that says no spell cards, which is not actually that bad, because if you're going first, you're not going to use the spell cards on your opponent's turn, like, at least mostly. Plus you can just hide out the Ties of the Brethren and any other spell cards that you might see. It might be a brick in your hand if you have one of these on the field. Mostly it will be Imperial Orders, since you have spellcasters. The only problem might be Imperial Order, but you can still just cut this out. So this is just like my opinion on how the deck should be played. By the way, the Majestus engine, I did not come up with it. This was not me. I watched a YouTube video and it showed me that the Majestus engine is good, and the other 2 versions are just like my first 2 thoughts. Then this is like the 3rd one. I have a 4th thought, but I do not have a proper deck list, and I just might make an Exorsister / the engine I'm going to use versus meta. I might just do that because it's just that good. And yeah, man, this was it for my Exorsister deck profile. So hope you enjoyed, hope you liked this beautiful last deck list. And yeah, man, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.